Are in the 6th grade, right?
That's right.
Great. Okay. It's super funny actually. I'm not sure why, but I originally thought that I was going to be speaking to a class of 3rd graders. So I see you guys coming in and I think, these are some really, really tall 3rd graders. And I like to my mom, do you want to check to make sure they're 3rd graders or not? And so I'm glad to find out that you're 6th graders. Because otherwise I would be thinking, I'm a little scared of 3rd graders who are much taller than me. So I am glad to have that result. Well, today we're going to be learning about story writing made easy. And one of the first steps is getting inspirations for writing. So, in other words, getting ideas for writing and what to write about. Now, you might be wondering why I'm talking to you about this. Well, here are my credentials, I guess you could say. At the age of 7, I published my first book, Flying Fingers, Master the Tools of Learning Through the Joy of Writing. And it is a book with 9 of my short stories, as well as tips on writing. My second book is called Dancing Fingers, and it is a book of selected poems and writing inspirations from 2 sisters, me being one of those sisters and my older sister, Adriana, being the other. So she contributed her poems to that volume. And this is actually an advanced copy of my 3rd book, Young in Disguise, and this is a full-length novel. So I really enjoy writing, reading, and everything to do with language arts pretty much, and I hope that you feel the same. And story writing, I think, is one of the most fun parts of language arts because it's really your world, because you're able to do whatever you want in a story, or mostly whatever you want, and come up with all kinds of crazy ideas and put them into writing. So here are a few ways you can get ideas, starting with observation. So when you observe, you can get lots of great ideas for writing. So does anybody want to tell me what observation means? You can raise your hand and speak up.
He said looking for something like in particular. Looking for something like in particular?
That's a good definition. So to observe means to look really carefully, basically. When we look around and really notice the things that are going on, we're observing. To observe means to see or notice something, especially while watching carefully. So for instance, when you're staring at the person with the really weird scarf and thinking, where did that person get the scarf? And then thinking about possible places that person could have gotten the scarf, that would be observing. In general though, if you're observing, I would not be like all staring at people with it. But observing can give you lots of ideas for writing. So observing can help us get ideas from the simple things we've noticed. How about you? What is something you've observed today?
People. You observe people.
You observe people? Okay, like what kind of people? Maybe walking to school you observe some people, or when you observe people?
Like walking to school.
Yeah, walking to school. Okay, so what are some things you might have observed about those people?
Do they fix their hair? Was it possibly the clothes that they were wearing?
Like their hair? Yeah. So maybe, for instance, if I was observing somebody, I would think maybe what do they look like? So maybe my sister. If I were observing my sister, I would say she has pretty short hair that's kind of a little messy. She has a sort of long face, although she would probably get mad at me for saying that. So you can observe what people look like. Another thing you could observe, the weather. So what kind of weather are you having right now?
Raining. Is it raining? Is it raining outside? I didn't know that.
It looks pretty sunny, actually.
Oh, Stephanie, I'm sorry. McKenna? Sunny and cold. Kind of sunny and cold.
It's sunny and cold. Yeah, same for me. I'm in Washington State. Where are you?
New York.
New York. Oh, about as far. I think we're about as far in the U.S. as we can be. Yeah, so it's sunny and cold for me, and it's sunny and cold for you. I read on the news, though, that Arizona is getting a snowstorm, of all places, too. And I'm hoping for a snowstorm. My parents are not, though. So you can observe things like the weather, whether it's sunny and cold or snowing or raining or whatever it's doing out there. You could get an idea for a story from the weather. How might you get an idea for a story from the weather?